Rotarian Angela.
Good afternoon once again, everybody. So when I got the basically the CV of Vijay, there were so many accolades. I've had to try and cut it short. Otherwise, I think we'd never have got through his meeting. So I'll just start by saying, past President Vijay Kewalramani is a chartered accountant working in the field of direct taxes and fraud investigations. He was introduced to Rotary at the tender age of 11 when his father joined as a charter member of the Rotary Club of Thane East. Past President Vijay has held the positions of President and Secretary of his club, as well as other various district positions over the years. Currently, for this Rotary year, he holds the positions of, and wait for this, District Treasurer, District International Service Chair, District Inter-Country Committee Chair, and District Friendship Exchange Chair. PPVJ is an honorary member of 7 clubs in 6 districts around the world, and also a member of 14 Rotary Fellowships. Wow. Since the pandemic, he has attended over 2,000 Zoom meetings for Rotary. And I challenge anybody to, I think that's the Guinness Book of World Records for that. I'm in absolute awe of that. He's married with a son who we were lucky enough to meet earlier, and his wife, and his family are also members of the Rotary family. So without further ado, I introduce to you past President Vijay, who will be presenting on introducing the Rotary Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. And good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. I can see a lot of my friends from across the globe, including my people from my district accompanying me. Thank you, everybody. I hope my presentation is visible. Is the presentation visible?
I am seeing that you are screen sharing, but I cannot see what you're sharing yet.
I think it's showing us, yeah.
Yeah, try again, Vijay.
Is it visible now?
Yeah.
No, not yet, not yet.
Is it visible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is.
And so friends, today we are here to, at the outset, I would like to say it is always my pleasure to speak in front of my fellow club members. I have always treated the Rotary Club of Montego Bay as one of my clubs, and all the members over here are definitely my fellow members. And thank you, Dominica, for giving me an opportunity to speak on a topic which is of paramount importance in today's time. We can see the need in the Russia-Ukraine war going on, or whatever necessities are going on, the requirements going in, the disasters and all going in the world, the Rotary Foundation. Friends, today we'll be speaking about a foundation which has been well recognized by the globe. The Rotary Foundation has been given the highest top 4-star rating by the Charity Navigator website, which rates charity organizations across the globe. And friends, this is not new. You would be glad to know that the Rotary Foundation has been given this 4-star navigation continuously for the last 13 years. For the last 13 years, the Rotary Foundation has got this rating. And why not? Because if you go and charity, what happens is when we think about donating, and we donate to various NGOs, whether we have noted that if you are donating to maybe Red Cross or maybe CRY or maybe UNICEF. They are all doing good work. But the problem there is their administrative costs. So whatever you donate, 25 to 45% goes in their administrative costs. So supposing you are donating $100, so 25 to $45 are going to the administrative cost. So what goes to the actual beneficiary is only $55 to $75. But whereas if you donate to the Rotary Foundation, the administrative costs are anywhere between 2 to 4%. So you can rest assured that 96% of what you are donating actually goes to the beneficiaries. So this is why people go and donate to Rotary Foundation, and we'll be looking how big organizations are going for it. At the outset, let us try and understand the motto of Rotary Foundation. The motto of Rotary Foundation is doing good in the world. So basically what the aim is, doing good in the world, helping the world in growing and doing all good things. We have been supporting the 7 focus areas and the peace. And what is the mission statement of Rotary Foundation? The mission statement of Rotary Foundation is to enable Rotarians to enable world understanding. Friends, please note the first point given is enable world understanding, goodwill and peace through improvement of health, the support of education and elevation of poverty. If you look at this mission properly, it practically covers all the 7 focus areas. Environment initially was not there, so it was not taken in. So the earlier 6 focus areas, if you look into it, world understanding and peace, health, that is, and disaster management, elevation of poverty, support to education, basic education and literacy and all we look at. In fact, Rotary was one of the 42 NGOs which was invited during the formation of the United Nations. We had the privilege of being invited during the formation of United Nations, and we were one of the, asked for suggestions in the Charter of the United Nations. So this is the power of Rotary that we have. Let us just try and understand the history of Rotary. The foundation was created in 1917 by our 6th International President R.C. Klump as an endowment fund for Rotary to do good in the world. He started an endowment fund to do good in the world with an initial contribution of $26.5. And that's why if you see nowadays, we have the highest contribution recognition, the R. Klump Foundation member recognition that is given, R. Klump members, that is for $265,000. It is in memory of the 6th International President, R.C. Klump, who laid the foundation for the Rotary Foundation. The foundation was formally named the Rotary Foundation at the Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA convention in 1928. So technically it started as an endowment fund and then it was formally named in the convention, Minnesota, USA convention. So what are the sources of support of the foundation? First and foremost is the Polio Plus Fund, which is dedicated to sorry, I think I got a bit disconnected. Is it connected now?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah. So I was speaking about Polio Plus. I will be taking each of this in detail. The sources of funds are, the first one is Polio Plus Fund, which is dedicated to the global polio eradication. Then the major source of funding to Rotary Foundation is annual fund, which is the primary source of funding and which is what we get back during our global grants and district grants. We'll look at it, how it works. And lastly, it is the endowment fund which supports the foundation in perpetuity. This is what was started by R.C. Klump as a foundation endowment fund in 1917. So friends, what is the Polio Plus Fund? What we have seen is there was a Rotary Club in Manila which thought of eradicating polio virus and they started working on it. This was taken up by the local district, Rotary district over there, then by the municipal authorities and the Philippines as a nation, and then it was taken over by Rotary International. In 1985, Rotary International took it as a primary project, polio eradication, and they joined with the international agencies, and they started the Global Polio Eradication Fund initiative. They joined the World Health Assembly Global Polio Eradication Initiative in 1988. And since then, friends, we have never looked back. Rotary has spent jointly with other organizations more than $9 billion on polio eradication. And then we had a big organization like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation supported the campaign. Initially, they threw a challenge when they saw that Rotary is doing good in the polio front. They approached Rotary and they said, we give you $100 million challenge that if you can collect an equivalent amount within a few months. And they were shocked to note that the Rotarians contributed generously, and within around 2 to 3 months, the whole amount was collected, and then they donated $100 million. And thereafter, they have been partnering with Rotary Foundation on a regular basis. For every $1 that you donate to the Rotary Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is donating $2 towards that. And moreover, friends, not only that, over and above, Rotary Foundation is donating $1, matching it on one-on-one. So every dollar that you donate to the Polio Plus Fund becomes $6, and it is used for the eradication of polio. And we have seen that the polio is eradicated from Nigeria. Just 2 years back, it was eradicated, and it remains in 2 countries, basically Afghanistan and Pakistan. But yes, some unfortunate news is coming in that from New York, some news has come out that polio cases are resurfacing, and maybe from some other countries also they are coming, which are unfortunate. What may have happened is that the parents might have got lax, that they have not followed up. So it is very imperative and very much prominent that we continue with the vaccination, irrespective of the fact that the virus has been eradicated. But the vaccination should continue. Otherwise, these cases can recur, and to avoid that, Rotary has been playing. And as I told you, over $9 billion have been spent towards polio eradication. Then the major source, primary source, is the annual fund, which we normally contribute. It is the primary source of funding the foundation grants and activities. It supports the local and international grants through the share system. What is the share system, friends? If you contribute, whatever we are contributing to the Rotary Foundation through the annual fund, it comes back to the district in the 3rd year. That is, supposing if you contribute in 22-23, it will come back to the 50% of that amount, whatever the district contributes, will come back to the district in 24-25. So if you contribute now, it comes back to, in 24-25, 47.5% comes back because 5% is deducted as an administrative charge, and 47.5% is given to the World Fund. Out of this 47.5%, 50% is spent by the DG in supporting the clubs through the district designated grant. And then the remaining 50% is supported for supporting the global grants and other projects which the clubs may bring in. So this is how the share system works. And again, through the global grant project, the annual fund supports 80%. It matches the 80% of the contribution brought in by the club and the district and the foreign partner and the district. Earlier, 100% used to be supported by the annual fund, the World Fund. Nowadays, 80% is supported through the share system. Whatever contributions are given to the annual fund or the Polio Plus Fund, they are credited to the individual donor and the donors club. And then the individual recognitions and the club recognitions are given to the donor and the donors club. And definitely they are also applied for the district goals. As I said, whatever you contribute to the annual fund, not to the Polio Plus, the annual fund will come back to the district after 3 years. And third is the endowment fund. That is, you can start a fund in perpetuity. This can be started by the contributions given by either members or clubs or a district as a whole. Our district in India, 3142, for the last 2 years have been starting to endowment funds. So for starting an endowment fund, you need to contribute $25,000. They need not come from a single individual. They can be contributed like Rotary Club of Montego Bay can start an endowment fund in the name of Rotary Club of Montego Bay, and all the members can jointly contribute it. This amount, whatever is contributed, it remains in perpetuity. It is invested in income earning funds, and whatever is the earnings out of that is used for the purpose for which it is kept. What happens is the earnings, annual earnings that are coming from this income, it is sent to the district, and then the particular fund owner is asked whether he would need it for use in his charity purposes. If not, then the district can also, with their permission, use it for other district grant projects. As I told you, only earnings out of the investments are spent. It offers the donors to create a lasting legacy of their own through Rotary. You can start an endowment fund in the name of your near and dear ones. You can start an endowment fund in the name of the district. You can start an endowment fund in the name of your club. You can get endowment funds coming in from corporate donors who wish to start something, or maybe some person who wishes to start a legacy in somebody's name. They can also give you through other charities. You can start an endowment fund. This is because it is not restricted to only Rotarians. What are the mode of contributions to the endowment fund? One is outright gift of cash or investments or other properties. That is, either you directly give out cash or you transfer your investment or properties for the endowment fund. They are then applied for income earning, and then the income, as I told you, whatever is earned is distributed. Other is life income gifts, charitable gifts. So you can decide that gift annuities would be given in over a period. Testamentary gifts through wills or estate plans. You can say that endowment fund be created out of my will, out of my estate testamentary proceeds after my death. That can also be done. The beneficiary of life. So you can create a life insurance fund and all, then accordingly that can be treated as an endowment fund, and make Rotary International, the Rotary Foundation, as the beneficiary, which will earn the earnings will go over there and which can be used for that. And as I told you, the club can create it, the district can create it. So the minimum amount is 25,000, but individual members can participate in that endowment fund by contributing only $1,000. So individually, if you have a club strength of say 25 or more members, every member can contribute $1,000. You can start an endowment fund in the name of the club. The Rotary Foundation would invest it, and the income earned out of that would come back to the club for use for various projects which they want to use. Now, what are the end uses of these funds? We have seen the sources of funds, how the funds are generated by the foundation. The first and foremost is the Polio Plus program, which we understood how the Rotary has worked on it. Then we have the Rotary 7 areas of focus, especially the peace building is a major area that Rotary is focusing on. Rotary gives scholarships, and they have peace building, peace fellowships. They give master's degree to around 50 people every year, and diploma, 1 year diploma to around 80 people every year. 130 people are given scholarships. That includes their travel, stay, training, food, and the books and study materials. So everything is included. The process starts around 2 years back. Like if now for 24-25, the last date for application would be May 15th of 2023. How it happens is the club can select a person. This is open for non-Rotarians. A club can select a person whom they deem fit for the scholarship. They can suggest to the district. The district would take interviews, and out of that shortlisted thing, they would forward it to the Rotary International. Then further interviews are conducted, and if Rotary International finds them suitable, they would sponsor them. These are held in 7 areas across the globe. The latest one was started in Makerere in Uganda in 2021, the latest university where it was done. Then it's not that, we also work through the other 6 areas of focus. Maternal and health care, like in Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, this is a big problem, maternal and health care. And I think Shannon is here, she can always say that, because their club has done a global grant project. They are doing a global grant project with a club in Uganda, Kampala, Gwarampa, where the global grant project is for a maternal health care. So this is how Rotary Foundation works. Then, as I told you, the Rotary Peace Fellowships. Now, friends, why should we give? We have understood why should we give, the benefits, the uses, but apart from that, we also get recognition. So what are the recognitions that we get? We all know about Paul Harris Fellow, multiple Paul Harris Fellow. So what is Paul Harris Fellow? You give an annual donation of $1,000. So you become a Paul Harris Fellow. And every year, as and when you keep on giving $1,000, you can become a multiple Paul Harris Fellow. The level increases. For the second $1,000, you become level 1, level 2, Paul Harris Fellow +1, PHF +1 it is called, or level 2, level 3, and up to level 8, level 9. That is PHF +8. And after that, you become a major donor after giving $10,000. This is the basic. Rotary Foundation sustaining member is the basic recognition that you get by only donating $100 every year. If you donate $25 every year, if you donate $25 every year and the club donates around, on an average per capita, $100, then the member concerned becomes a Rotary Foundation sustaining member. You get a sticker of a Rotary Foundation sustaining member, which you can apply in your car. Paul Harris Fellow can also be held through transfer of points. Like once you become a Paul Harris Fellow through donations, you get certain points in your TRF account, which can be only used to support other fellows. But what I would suggest is to make other Paul Harris Fellow, at least encourage them to give 50%. So you encourage them to give $500, and $500 you can transfer from points from some of the members who are Paul Harris Fellows or who are having, for every donation, the points accumulated. This way you will have more and more Paul Harris Fellows, as well as members will be encouraged to give. Paul Harris Society membership is, if a member commits, Rotarian commits to give $1,000 or more every year for the next 10 years. Then he becomes a Paul Harris Society member. Initially, he would be called as a Paul Harris Society sustaining member. And once he completes his 10 installments, he would be designated as a Paul Harris Society member. For that, you have to give a written undertaking and a form. Then you get a benefactor member recognition. That is, if you contribute, either you create an endowment fund or you contribute even $1,000, as I said, by contributing $1,000 to an existing endowment fund, you will get a benefactor member pin. So this again, you will get only by contributing $1,000, but this will not go to the annual fund or the Polio Plus fund, but you have to contribute this $1,000 to the endowment fund. It can be either a new endowment fund created by somebody, you can be part of that, or you can give to an existing endowment fund. If you know somebody is having, you can become part of that and you can get a benefactor recognition. A bequest society is, in your will, if you say that $10,000 or more will be given to the Rotary Foundation after my death in the bequest, then you become a bequest society member. Just put it in your will, send a copy of the will and fill a form and send it to Rotary Foundation. You will get a recognition of a bequest society member. And after your death, that much amount, whatever you are donating, subject to a minimum of 10,000, will be transferred to the Rotary Foundation. Similarly, Legacy Society is the same. And once you donate $10,000, either by way of Paul Harris Society or Paul Harris Fellow, and you become a major donor. Major donor, you need not become at one stroke. You can become a major donor even in 25 years by, as I told you, you just be a Paul Harris sustaining member and you keep on donating, initially 25, and once you start increasing your donations, you can become a major donor on payment of $10,000. Then again, major donor has separate levels. The first level 1 major donor is $10,000. Level 2 is $25,000. Level 3 is $50,000. Level 4 is $100,000. And then lastly, after that, if you go, then you come to the Arc Club Society member, that is $250,000. Again, Arc Club Society member has separate recognition. 250 is the basic, then $500,000, $1 million, $2.5 million, $5 million, and $10 million and so on and so forth. There are various recognitions coming in different levels at the R Club Society member. So friends, these were the individual recognitions. But does it mean why then should the club only encourage? Club also is entitled to get recognitions for this. So the club recognitions, we should also understand what are the club recognition. One is the 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club. So if all your members are Paul Harris Fellow members, the club is given a 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club member banner. And this, as I told you, if you can just encourage your members by telling them you contribute 50%, we'll contribute 50% through the points. This way you can get all your members to become Paul Harris Fellow. Then 100% Foundation Giving Club. What is the 100% Foundation Giving Club? If every member of the club donates to the foundation every year, you become a 100% Foundation Giving Club. So even a member donates $10 and somebody may be donating 100 or 1000 or whatever it is, you become a 100% Foundation Giving Club. 100% Paul Harris Society Club. If all your members are even given an undertaking that they would become Paul Harris Society members, you become a 100% Paul Harris Society Club. Every Rotarian every year, this is just like a sustaining member club, friends. You donate $100 per capita and $25 per member should contribute. That is $100 per capita if you are contributing and $25 is contributed per member. Then you get a certification every Rotarian every year banner. That is supposing now this club, say Montego Bay has 35 members, we can assume 35 members. And the total contribution during the year to found TRF is 4,000. And every member contributes at least $25. Then the club would get this citation of every Rotarian every year. Similarly, 100% Promise Club. This is if 100% of the members promise to contribute to the Rotary donation either through endowment or legacy or bequest, then it becomes a 100% Promise Club. These are the district special categories which are given, and this normally helps the small club. The more you give and the more number of members, if you have less number of members and the more you give, the top 3 per capita in annual fund giving, they get this certificate. Like supposing a club has 20 members and they have contributed $10,000. So per member, the per capita contribution would be $500. So based on that, it is calculated and the top 3 per capita clubs would get this recognition. This end polio now is given if the club donates, club as an entity donates $1,500 or more to the end polio plus fund, then you get a certificate of appreciation of end polio now. And this, friends, for especially for my Rotractor friends, now that Rotractor has become a full member. Can we please?
She don't lock it. I don't think I locked it. Come on, take care, man. Come on. You have to care, man.
Can we
lock mono keep here? Okay,
Vijay, I think you can mute him. I think you can mute that person.
I'm trying to subject. I got it. Yeah. So this is for the Rotract clubs. It is important because this is not gone to most of the Rotract clubs to which I have had interaction. If a Rotract club cumulatively gives just $100 to the Rotary Foundation, then they are given a Rotract giving certificate. All they have to do is collect $100 and give it to Rotary Foundation as a club. Then they give the Rotract giving certificate. And nowadays, with this year onwards, when the Rotract clubs have become full members of the Rotary International, they will also be eligible to get grants from the district and the Rotary Foundation. They will be able to participate in the global grants as well as the other grant projects. So I think if the Rotractors are getting the benefits, they should start giving. And all the Rotractors listening to this, please look into this. If you can at least manage to give $100. So friends, these are my sources from where, and you can also get details from all this. Rotary.org Learning Center is always there. And there's a Rotary Foundation. These are all available on the Rotary.org site. And I'm open for questions. I would like to thank you for giving me an opportunity once again. Thank you very much. That's all from my end. President, up to you.
Do we have any questions?
Well done, well done.
Vijay, it seems as if you have given so much information that everybody's understanding is complete.
See,
Excellent
what we take it is either if there are no questions, either everybody has understood everything or everybody has understood nothing.
I was curious, actually. This is Shannon from the Rotary Club of Huntington Beach. I was curious if people on this call could chime in and share with us how many clubs have requirements to make contributions. Either you build it into your fee and dues schedule, or it's something that you discuss with a prospective member before they actually join. My club we want to be a sustaining club. We want to be an every Rotarian, every year club. And it's explained to recruiting persons who are currently being recruited, just so they understand that even though it's not required to become a Rotarian, it is a requirement expectation for my club. I'm just curious if other members can share what their clubs do.
Over the years, our club actually added a certain amount. I can't remember how much it was now. When we pay our annual dues, usually we quote the annual dues plus whatever amount it is we're giving to foundation, so that every member is actually contributing. And then, of course, we are free to make our own individual contributions as time goes on. And I'm very proud to say that we submitted over $100 US to Polio Plus last month from some small fundraisers and from fines. Which was, I was very pleased that we were able to submit a fairly substantial amount for a small club for polio eradication. Anyone else?
Yeah, Angela from Sunday, you can ask your question.
Thank you, our guest speaker. The topic was good, and the Rotary Foundation information that you shared with us, it was really good. I was wondering if someone is a prospect and he or she wants to join Rotary Club, will it be wise for me to share information of Rotary Foundation with that person before she joins the club?
See, you can always create an awareness. It should not happen that after they join, they say we were not aware and all that. It's always important that you share the awareness. You may not force the person to do it, but there are certain clubs, as Shannon said, I know the Rotary Club of Washington, DC. What they do is they make it mandatory, because they are 100% Paul fellow club. So they make it mandatory for a new member to first contribute $1,000. Otherwise, the admission is not given to the new member. Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have a question, but I would comment by congratulating Vijay on always stepping up to the plate. he has been asked to talk on different topics at different times, and he goes and does his research and presents well. So congratulations, Vijay. And thanks again to Jamaica for allowing him to excel.
Thanks, Carol, for joining.
Well, thank you, Carol. It's been a while seeing you, Carol. Vijay, you know, years ago, maybe about 15 years ago, my first official encounter with Rotarians was I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually in Athens. I was in Athens, and there was an event. A friend of mine, he was a Rotarian.
Hey, I'm in Georgia.
Yes, in Athens. And so when I went in there, it wasn't a meeting, it was like a party. You know, being Rotarians, we have parties all the time. And that's the first time I heard about Rotary Foundation. And it was quite intriguing because I've always been fascinated with any global body that, you know, contributes or supports or finance impactful things through, you know, globally. So eventually I ran into Rotary again when in Jamaica, now Rotarian. So when I hear you speak about it, it really reminds of how grand Rotary Foundation is and how impactful Rotary Foundation. And it was my interest into Rotary initially. And I think if we let more persons understand what Rotary is, and especially Rotary Foundation, we can actually definitely grow our membership. Thank you, Vijay.
My pleasure. See, bro, that's why we kept it the basics. I have not gone into the intricacies. It was just to inform about the basics of Rotary Foundation and why should one go for it.
All right. Well, Secretary Dominic, you want to take us out?
Yes, Rotarian Wellesley will do a brief vote of thanks, and then we will go on to the closing protocol. Wellesley.
Thank you so much, Secretary and PP Dominica. It's a privilege. I am in awe. I'm blown away by Vijay's presentation, his knowledge, his research, his dedication to Rotary. I think all of us agree. His commitment. I mean, he actually, our own Jamaican, Carol, he actually invited her to our meeting. Can you imagine? He is a true ambassador for Rotary internationally, and he did an awesome presentation today, Vijay. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. I didn't even know our administrative fees were so low, 2 to 4%, you said, compared to some other entities, like up to 50%, 40%. I'm excited. I'm really intrigued about the endowment fund. I think it's something that we in Rotary Mobile, we probably can jump on. I'm excited about that. The recognitions you spoke about are powerful. Just some amazing learnings. And so on behalf of President France, Secretary Dominica, all Rotary Mobile and the rest of family and friends who listened, who had the privilege of listening to you today, we want to say thank you so much for your enlightenment and for telling us so much about Rotary Foundation. Thank you so much, Vijay.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you, Wellesley. And our Sarge is not here today. I think we will forego the Sergeant at Arms. Has Jemima actually left us? I think she has.
Deputize someone, Secretary Dominica.
Sorry?
Deputize someone to do the side work.
Well, we're running out of time anyway. What do you think, Franz? Continue on to the toasts?
Well, it's been a long meeting, and we're 3 minutes in, and I only can make for 2 more minutes extension. But in lieu of the time, wonderful presentation, I would ask all members of the Rotary Club of Kingston to make a donation to the coffers of Sarge. And for all our visitors, feel free to also make a donation. Thank you so much. Back to you, Secretary.
Yes, I'm going to propose a toast. Please join me, all of you fellow Rotarians, fellow Rotaractors, as we toast Vijay's club, the Rotary Club of, I think you pronounce it Dane, is that right, Vijay?
Ulhasnagar.
Sorry?
Ulhasnagar.
Okay, I'm not sure if I got it right.
That club, the VJ's club.
And let's see who we have here. Oh, can we ask Wellesley to raise a toast to the Rotary, to Rotary International?
President France, fellow Rotarians and friends, please join me in a toast to Rotary International. Rotary International, Rolo.
International.
Carry the world over.
Do we have a recording of the national anthem, or shall we ask Conrad to sing again? He sang last week.
Well, if he's ready, we can.
He is
But I
here.
do have
He
to call.
is here.
VP Conrad, are you there?
Conrad,
Conrad is becoming our resident soloist now.
apparently he did it so well last week, and I can see his name in the list of participants. But I think muted.
I'll go ahead and play the national anthem.
Oh, if you have it, yes, okay, France, if you can do that, thank you.
No problem. If everyone can be upstanding as we play the national anthem of
There's no sound.
Yeah, we're not hearing anything, France.
Okay, just a second.
Let's sing because we're not hearing anything.
The problem is that singing on Zoom sounds horrible if people try to sing together.
For some reason, it's not coming up. I do apologize.
All right, well, those of us who know it can sing it. What?
President France, I think the video itself was muted on YouTube. It appears based on your screen.
Oh, here's Conrad. Yes, Conrad, go ahead. Please lead us in the national anthem.
Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us that we could cherish. Give us vision, lest we perish. Knowledge sent us. Heavenly Father, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Pastor.
everyone.
Yes, that's
Have a
great.
good day. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks for having us.
President Frank, President Frank, I
Thanks for
wish you a
having us.
speedy recovery.
We are
I
joined by
did not
two.
know that you were ill at all, and I will be praying for you, and I hope that the Lord will answer my prayer. Get well soon, my friend, Mr. President.
We have
Thank
been
you.
we have been joined by two more friends from Pakistan, Inshan Ali Khan and Sayyeda. Simran.
Yeah, I just saw Saida came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming. It was a great meeting.